Great. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us for this last webinar of 2019 for the Nightingale Challenge. And this is so exciting. And it's all about stepping into the Nightingale Challenge in 2020 to celebrate the year of the nurse and the midwife. So just as a reminder, 20s, we might not need reminding, but it's just worth the fact that fantastic year ahead of us. 2020 has been declared by the World Health Organization of the year of the nurse and the midwife. And we're so excited to be part of this. Nursing Now, for which the Nightingale Challenge sits within, has been a 3-year campaign, so it's in its 3rd year, starting in 2020. And the whole aim is to raise the profile of nursing and midwifery globally, to release the potential of midwifery in the delivery of universal health coverage. There's opportunities to improve the lives of women because so many nurses and midwives are women that work across the world, and this in turn will strengthen local communities. And I think it's fair to say that the Nursing Now campaign has achieved so much to date, and as a result, this is why we're having a fantastic year in 2020. So I think it's also just worth reminding ourselves that, you know, some of the history around the profession sits quite a long time ago with that wonderful person called Florence Nightingale. And, you know, back in her day, she was all about how do you develop the next generation of young nurses and midwives as excellent leaders, practitioners and advocates in health and care. And how do we demonstrate that nursing and midwifery are exciting and rewarding careers for everybody? And to top all of this, we've got the World Health Organization who are going to be publishing a result on the state of the world's nursing in early spring next year. And the whole purpose of this, and the links very much to the importance of investing in the nursing and midwifery workforce to ensure that people that are influential understand what nurses and midwives do and the power of the workforce if it's utilised, developed and invested in properly to improve the lives of people in local communities all over the world. So the Nightingale Challenge, this has been a fantastic thing that we've been doing. And I'm still so excited and never cease to be surprised every week when we look to see how many people are enrolled on the Nightingale Challenge. And it's brilliant that as of last Friday, we have got 17,257 nurses and midwives enrolled onto a Nightingale Challenge programme. That's employer driven. They've had to get permission from their employers. They have had to think about what sorts of things they want to develop and deliver, and they've had to get the buy-in of their local workforce colleagues. So hats off to all of those nurses and midwives, the 454 employers that have backed them in 58 countries. And we are still having people join, send inquiries. There's not many days go by when the Nightingale team are not in touch with somebody from all over the world to have a conversation about how they create a Nightingale Challenge programme within their country. So I think this is testament to actually not only the passion of nurses and midwives all over the world, but their tenacity and their confidence and their desire to want to be developed, to want to step into that leadership space, to want to have their voices heard, and to want to be part of a global community, which is so incredibly exciting. So I think it's just worth looking at 2020, and I thought 2019 was scary when we used to put up the timeline for actually getting the Nightingale Challenge off the ground, because I only started in this position in April of this year, but we can do this. If we look at the key milestones for next year, we've got January, where we'll start to kick off the year of the nurse and the midwife. There'll be lots of messages coming from the World Health Organization, coming from Nursing Now, coming from the nurses and midwives themselves and all of those that employ them, and also significant figureheads, which is just brilliant. And then in April, we will see the launch of the State of the World's Nursing. And I do believe this is going to be an incredibly powerful document that's going to identify where the levels of investment are, where we need to invest more, and how we can look at this fantastic workforce as absolutely key to delivering universal health coverage for everybody, which is absolutely, health for all has been declared as a WHO absolute commitment, and they realise that they cannot do this without engaging in nurses and midwives. And then on the 12th of May, well, I just cannot imagine, if I'm being honest, just what will happen on this day, because it's the International Nurses Day. We've got the World Health Assembly. There'll be events in Geneva at the headquarters of the WHO. But I'm really sure that all over the world, there will be nurses and midwives and influential people that will be celebrating this day and realising the potential of this workforce. So I'm really excited to see what actually unfolds. Be rest assured, Nursing Now has been working hard with lots of its partners, with lots of its people that it collaborates with to make sure things do happen. But I really would like to say this is up to each and every one of you as well, to make sure you mark this day and you really celebrate your year, because it is your year, it's your time to demonstrate what you are doing and all that you offer, basically to the world and across the world. And then on the 30th of August, we've got the ICN's Advanced Practice Conference. And this is going to be fantastic, because this really gives us an insight into what nurses and midwives can do around advancing their practice, around delivering person-centred, holistic care that's timely, and that's all inclusive. So there'll be some fantastic work that we will share and celebrate, just about the way in which nurses and midwives are pushing the frontiers around delivering person-centred, high-quality care to many people all over the world. And it's interesting that sometimes advanced practice is happening where you might least expect it. So lots of stuff to come in August. And then in October, we have got a mass lobbying event for the Nightingale Challenge. And this is where we are absolutely going to be celebrating, sharing, telling, listening, learning to all of those countries and all of those young nurses and midwives that have been stepping up to this leadership and development challenge, that have been doing bold things within their organisations, that have been attending important influential meetings, that have been developing their skill set and really making the most of this opportunity to show and tell all that they do to everybody they possibly can, and most importantly, the patients and local communities within which they serve. So I think now we hand over to my fantastic colleague, Matt Davis. Thank you. It's really hard to think in so many ways, but one of the things that I think we're really excited about that's never been before is how we create this global nursing and midwifery network, so that we can really share and learn, and we're always more powerful and we're always stronger when we're together. So Matt, over to you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So Nightingale Challenge, we have all these people, 17,000 people all around the world, 58 countries, and we're all coming together, and we've all come together to do something. And this is our opportunity to work together. So as well as signing up for Nightingale Challenge, what has also happened is, if any of you that follow Facebook or Twitter, on Twitter, we've got over 17,000 people following the Nightingale Challenge and the Nursing Now account. On Facebook, we have the Nursing Now, and that's got over 30,000. So there's something happening here. There's a real movement. And even with the Nursing Now youth as well, there's 13,000. people that are actively engaged. So we all want to work together. We all have got the same idea. We've got the same, the movement is there. So how do we come together and how do we work out? So this is where the Nightingale Challenge Global Network Partnerships come through. For all young nurses and midwives during 2020, and this is open for those who have signed up, the health employers have signed up, all those people there. And it's open to all of those enrolled in the Nightingale Challenge. And it's to work together, and to work together in a way that makes more sense to you. With each health employer, everyone is doing their own design, and this is where it transfers across the global network partnerships. Because there's so many different resources and experience and knowledge, how can we share that? Is there a set way of doing it? No, I don't think there is. And we've never dictated to anyone on the Nightingale Challenge exactly you must do it in a certain way. So this is where global network partnerships come through. So what we've recently done is contacted all the partners, and 28 of them have responded back to us. And what we asked for was details of those interested in partners with other on the Nightingale Challenge. We asked for the organisation's details, and then also we wanted to look at what we were seeking, or what they were seeking as a partnership, and also what they were looking for in return. Now, some of those things were joint development opportunities, things like mentoring, coaching, teaching, sharing of ideas, exchanges between people, knowledge, sharing of knowledge and experience, and also shared learning through opportunities using social media and also using Skype, as we're doing now, or Zoom. So it's really within their own design. We are here to identify a partner from the information that's been given, and so we would match with this information of what people are looking for a union, if you like. Would be matched prospective organisation partners together for a joint development opportunity, and that could be anywhere in the world. That could be local within the same region or the same country, or anywhere across the world. We've had conversations, for example, between England and Cambodia. We've had people from a forest field as New Zealand, from Iraq, from Ghana, from India, and everywhere, really, everywhere on the map that's come. And what we've tried to do is started to match what people are offering and what people are seeking. So very soon, and this is the first stage of this, to set this up. So very soon in the new year and in the next, well, this week really, we've been in contact with them to say, we think we found you a partner, and now it's for you to identify with that partner how you can work together. We can work with you to help you, but really this is about what you want to share and how you want to develop further networking opportunities. An example of this is also another piece of work that is coming alongside this, and this is using Facebook as a mentoring and learning opportunities, using Facebook groups, and that's a pilot that's being currently run and will be evaluated in the new year. And that's between UK, India and Uganda, and it's a fantastic opportunity. I'll be very honoured to evaluate and also to look into it. So it's been really, really interesting to see how people can work together and the themes that are coming out, and also what learning can be shared around to everyone else. There are a lot of partners, as you can see on the map. So everyone in every country in blue, each has a group, at least one group. You've got Learning Little Iceland up at the top there, but they're part of it, and this is the global network. There's partners all across the map that are looking for, or will be looking as we rotate, and there's every reason why there's no reason why you shouldn't join this and unite together and actually share your knowledge, share your journey through this. Sometimes it can be difficult to get nurse midwives to agree on anything. We seem to have the whole of the world agreeing that this is a good idea and we want to work together. And we're making the steps for that. And it's absolutely fantastic to watch. The resources available that can help you within your own organisation or also to help develop these partnerships are all online. So there is now published the Compendium of Leadership Development and Research, and this details all of the free, or mainly nearly every free opportunity for leadership development, the research, the information, courses, and articles that will help you develop. And it's not just purely leadership. It also looks at management as well. It looks at resilience, self-care, compassionate leadership, how we get all the human skills and all the opportunities that are there. So as much as that as I could find free, and it's all there, open for you, anywhere in the world. So please, it's located on the Nightingale Challenge resources page, so it's there for you to use. What we've also got is thought leadership articles and blog posts from all around the world as well. I have a very long list of people that I want to also contact in the new year, and hopefully you'd also be interested in this yourself. And it's really examining your thoughts on leadership, on how you've approached your career, what have you learned, and most importantly, what can you share with somebody else? We've also developed webinars. We've had fantastic speakers. We've had speakers from Australia, from America, talking about regulation, really interesting one, regulation, about compassionate leadership. That was fantastic. And we've also had multilingual webinars that seem to have ignited Latin America. It was fabulous to watch. And that was done in Spanish. We've also had another recent one in German, and these opportunities still come around, and we're looking at our new webinar series for next year, and it would be fantastic to get other languages, and also other languages for the thought leadership articles, and also for the research as well. And also there is resources that have been identified for international leadership programs, and these are continually added to, as is all of this. Everything is not set in stone. There will be updates as more things appear and of our reviews to you, then they will be added in. So at the end of 2020, you'll be able to take this information and continue your journey either by yourselves or with your partners if you choose to actually take a partner. And I'm just going to pass you over to my colleague, Anthony, who's going to tell you how to get in contact with us and how to join us on this journey.
Thanks very much, Matt. Hello, everybody. So I just wanted a little opportunity to say hello and to say thank you for joining this amazing challenge and this opportunity. So when you make your submissions to the challenge, and sign up, and I'm the one who sort of deals with all the applications, and I'm the one who's emailing you back and asking you questions and asking you to clarify on all these points and things. So yeah, hopefully here's a face to put to that name. So my name's Anthony. Yeah, I'm just looking back over the challenge and over the database and the sign-ups, and I saw that the first sign-up was from the University Teaching Hospital in Zambia, in Lusaka, and just how far we've come from that first sign-up in June to having over 17,000 nurses from around the world, from everywhere, is just amazing. So thank you so much, all of you, for getting on board, and please continue. So I just wanted to highlight the fact that it's not too late to sign up. I know I've had some questions from people who think that the deadline is at the end of December of this month. That isn't the case. So you can still sign up, and you can still encourage people within your networks to sign up to the challenge. So please do so we can reach that 20,000 target. We're almost there. And yeah, also for those of you who have already signed up and for starting your programs in 2020, please send us photos, videos, descriptions of your events and everything. We love seeing evidence of it. We love seeing these photos. We love seeing you guys. So yeah, please do send that out. And yeah, if Matt mentioned, you know, all those resources we have on the website, please have a look at that, and please check out the map. It's recently been updated, so it should be a bit more functional. You can check out all of the organizations and employers around the world that have signed up, and you can click on their descriptions and, you know, see what everyone else is doing around the world as well. And yeah, and also just if there's anything that you have questions about, anything at all, please email us at nightingale@nursingnow.org. I'll put it in the chat box. And yeah, and also if we don't get a response straight away, we try to get through everything as quickly as possible. But there is, you know, the small team. It's just the three of us at the moment. So yeah, we will get back to you as soon as we can. Yeah, I think that about covers it. So yeah, if anyone has any questions for the team or any of us, please put them in the chat box or the Q&A section, and we'd be happy to answer them now.
Fantastic. So I think we've come to the end of our webinar. Have we got any time for any key questions, if anybody's got any?
There are some questions here. I'll just pull some off, and there's some in the chat as well. I think some of them can be answered via email. What is the deadline for creating a local Nursing Now group? That's one from Mainal Hassan.
Yeah, we don't have a deadline as it stands for creating Nursing Now groups at present, but what we can do with that is we can ask Yvonne that works with the Nursing Now team with us to send you a note. Is that okay, Anthony, for you to do that?
Yeah, absolutely.
And we've also got one from Dunmala. Are midwives included in the Nightingale Challenge?
Absolutely, 100% yes.
Totally, yes. Totally involved. And sorry, I'm just going back through the questions. We've got some, what is the process for signing up? From Kimani.
Anthony, do you want to answer that?
Sure. So the process is really simple. It's just a case of going onto our website and to the Nightingale Challenge section, which I'll post in the chat box, and there's a submission form. It takes just a few minutes to fill out. Once you fill that out and send it off, it'll basically send that submission to us, whereby we'll go through it, and if it's all fine and everything's in order, then we'll confirm the submission. We'll email you that confirmation and add you to the website, to the map. If there's any sort of issue with the submission or the application, then I will email you requesting some more information, basically. But either way, you'll get an email back from me.
And then another question. So once they've contacted us and you send back an email saying it's been accepted, what happens next?
So once you've been accepted, you will be, the first thing that will happen is you'll be added to the Nightingale Challenge map. So you can go and check on there and see yourself that's been placed there. And then the next step is for you guys basically to identify your nursing cohort and to also send us, if you hadn't already, a small description of your Nightingale Challenge program, which we'd encourage all of you to do if you haven't done so already, because that way we're able to add it to the map and share all the great work that you're doing, so everyone can see that.
Okay, lovely. And there's a couple more questions, I think possibly for you and Lisa. Can we include staff older than 25 years into the challenge?
Absolutely. So we've set 35 is the arbitrary age that we've set. We will be counting people that are 35 as part of our numbers. But if you submit people that are over 35, that's absolutely fine. They just won't count in our challenge. So please don't be put off by the 35 number. It's important that, you know, we offer these people opportunities. It is about the next generation, so it is around young careers and early careers. We just need to know for our records that people are 35 or under, but if you've got people that are older, then that's part of your programme. That's absolutely fine. We want to be as inclusive as possible. This is about embracing everybody, but the thrust of it is the next generation of nurses and midwives and how we can help them to be confident, competent leaders, advocates, and game changers for delivering universal health coverage across the world.
And then we've got a question from Dr. Aisha Wajid. I think it's Pakistan, I believe. Should we share our activities details with you through email?
Yes, absolutely, Dr. Aisha. Anything after the submission phase, if you've already made a submission, or even before then, you can email us at Nightingale at nursingnow.global, and yeah, we can help you out.
Brilliant. Okay, and also what I'd also say is use social media, tweet about it. Tell us as well, we can tweet about it, we can put things on Facebook. There's all these opportunities that we can take to raise people's awareness of how you're being involved. Yeah, just really spread the word. And then following that, she's also asked, I'll be arranging an international conference on nursing in May or June 2020.
Sorry, Matt, didn't quite catch that.
Sorry. Okay. Is there an international conference being arranged on nursing in May or June 2020? And that could we be a part of it through a web lecture or live streaming?
Lisa might know better than this, but there is I don't think there's an international conference on nursing in May or June. We do have in October the Florence Nightingale conference. That's at the end of October, I believe, and that's the big one for 2020.
Yeah.
And I think it's fair to say, Anthony, isn't it, that we're trying to coordinate all of the set pieces for next year. But that doesn't mean we've captured them all, because of, you know, although the world isn't as big a place as you think, there's lots of stuff that we might not know about. So my advice to you all would be to find out what you're doing locally. Tell us about it. As Matt said, tweet about it, share it. But it's really about everybody has this responsibility to make as much noise and to, you know, shine the best light possible on everything that nurses and midwives do all over the world next year. And there'll be all sorts of conferences, I'm sure, that will pop up for people to engage in.
And then what looks to be the final question is, what category of nurses and midwives are allowed? What about assistant nurses or practical enrolled midwives? So really, this is about, please tell me if I'm wrong, this is about registered professionals. It's the registered professionals that we're actually trying to outreach to. That's of the Nightingale Challenge.
Yeah, it's people that are registered with a professional body. But again, we do think it's important that, you know, you develop development programs that inspire other people within the team and that are inclusive, because we know we're stronger when we work together, and multidisciplinary teams are really important to achieving that.
And that could also include therapists and any other member of staff that you want to develop. But for the numbers going towards the total number of 20,000, we are looking at early career under 35 registered nurses and midwives. That counts towards that number, but anyone as Lisa said, can actually join the campaign and actually become part of the training.
Yeah, absolutely. And just as there's a note from Nabeen on how the nurses in Nepal might need some guidance and motivation. On that, if there's anything that we can help, please do email us, and we can try and partner you maybe with someone else or help you in some other way. So please do let us know and send us emails in that regard.
Fantastic. I think that's all our questions answered.
Well, thank you to everybody that's joined us today. Keep your queries and keep your requests coming. We've got all of the channels that are open to us. We are having a break over Christmas and the New Year, but we will respond to your queries and questions. I think we finish on Friday. Anthony, that's the last Friday evening is when you start your holidays, isn't it?
Yeah, Friday the 20th, and then we'll be back on January the 6th.
Yes, but please don't let that stop you. You know, once we're back, we can answer any questions and queries and help get people signed up and enrolled onto the programme. Thank you so much, everybody. And for those of you that celebrate Christmas, have a wonderful Christmas, and very much looking forward to working with you all in 2020.
Great. Thanks so much, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Have a lovely time. See you in the new year.